Good morning. So it's almost 5 o'clock. It's Friday, and today's going to be a fantastic day. You know why it's going to be a fantastic day? Because I'm going to make it a fantastic day. Anyway, so I hope all of you are doing well. Uh, like I said last time that I talked on here, I'm not going to do a video every day now, unless I just feel compelled to. So all of you who have stuck with me, I really appreciate it. Um, I'm sorry I'm not doing it every day, but I guess I could get on here for a minute or two and just let you know that you're awesome and, I'm thinking about you. Um, but hopefully you already know I am, just through the other videos that I've done. And, I'll continually still doing the videos just to remind you that there's somebody here for you. Everybody's already got all of my information from previous videos, this, that, and the other. Just to let you know, I do work a full-time job, and I come home and clean, and my job's very strenuous, physically. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, 5 o'clock in the morning, well, almost 5 o'clock. I've got mediation today, which that's fine. What I'm really excited for is I got invited by a friend to go to the high school and talk about photography with the kids there, which is fantastic because I've always wanted to be a teacher. I know it doesn't make me a teacher, but if I can help somebody else learn something or just help them in general, that brings my heart great happiness. Because as I've talked about over and over, I try to lead with love. I don't know about everybody else, but I am having my coffee. This was my Christmas present for my kids after the new year. So I don't know what's on you guys' mind. What's going on? How have you been doing since the new year started? We're in the second week already, which is, we're already in the second week of January, guys. It's a whole new year. I don't know, nothing really specific to talk about today. Just wanted to get on here and I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Say hey, see how you were doing, let you know that I'm still here. If you need anything, you know, those days when you feel like everything's just falling to poo. We kind of had one of those days yesterday at work. Everything we did, it was like everything was stacked against us. If we try to do this and something else would happen and keep us from doing it, or you know, it just reminded me that on those days you have to look for something else to bring you back up, because it doesn't matter. Life is gonna, it has a way of, you think something's gonna happen and it says no. God is humorous in that way. It'd be like when you're gonna win the lottery. I think they just had a big lottery drawing and everybody's all about, let's go get a ticket and yada yada. I mean, you got to play to win, that kind of stuff, but basically it's like when you're gonna win the lottery, and then the next day finding out you didn't. And he's humorous in that way, and he does those kind of things to keep us humble. Now, if you don't believe in God, it's still just life. What you think you have control over, control is an illusion. The only thing you have control over is yourself. And emotions make that really difficult because we react more often than we think. And I think that's instinctual. It's just based off of, our instinct that's passed down through our genetics over time. Some people have, and there is no one person that is solitarily perfect and reacts the exact way that everything needs to be reacted to on every day. We all have our different That's why I say we're broken. That's why I get on here and tell you I'm flawed. That's why I use this as my personal diary or as my testimony. You don't have to be perfect. We can disagree and still be in unity. It doesn't have to be this whole, I don't like you because blah blah, whatever reason it is. We need to see past people's faults and see their greatness and the light that they're trying to shine. Or if they're not shining a light, help them figure out to find a way to shine that light. Everybody's struggling, and we're all in this together. Sorry, every morning a little stuffy, and anyway, which I've gone over that I don't know how many times on here. Fear makes you do some weird, wild, different things. When we accept that we don't have full control of our environment and our life, it makes it a lot easier to see things that are happening in our life. And I don't know if, hopefully that makes sense to a lot of you. But I mean, I get on here and talk about it. The simplest answer is usually the best answer. And we complicate those things. We think because, I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It's just a feeling you understand things a little bit better. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to have bad days. We all do. And I've gone over that many a times. But, to realize that things are going to happen, it's a very uplifting feeling. So, like Christians, you're going to say, I'm giving it to God. But the thing with that is when you give it to Him, you actually have to give it to Him and fear, or not have fear that whatever you're worrying about anymore. Once you give it to Him, it's not, if you don't believe in that, if, whatever other religion, I don't know every religion out there, what the basis is. I just know that there's an overwhelming feeling of unity and love. At the end of the day, we all want to be loved. So I guess what I'm trying to drive home here is, when we give these things up that we stress about, okay, you have to worry about your bills. That's part of being an adult. If you have children, you have to, what am I going to fix them for breakfast in the morning before I take them to school? Am I going to give them a Pop-Tart to take to school? Or things like that. Those are decisions, but things can still happen. No matter how you set it up and how perfect you set it up, something's going to happen to deviate what you're thinking is going to happen. That's why I keep saying there is no control. Like at my job, we can plan on pouring 4 concrete bases in that day, but if it decides to rain, it's kind of hard to pour concrete in the rain, So, just things like that. We can set it all up, but boom, here comes a rainstorm, and now we can't do it. So that's just an example. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow and go into work a little bit late. You wake up, your car has a flat tire. You don't have a spare. Now you're later than you thought you was going to be. It's just things like that. And we got to realize we don't have control. Things are going to happen, and we have to accept them and move on with it. And I like to think of it as like being like a duck. Water is very fluid. And if you ever watch it, it's just beautiful to watch. You're mesmerized when you see light shining on water and how fluid it moves. That's why we enjoy watching people dance and things like that. But think of it like a duck. In life, you're a duck. And I know this is a silly example, but you're just, you're swimming on the pond. It starts raining. You tuck your bill under. Rain's hitting you, and it just trickles off of you. It's not soaking you to the bone. All you can do is just cover your head, wait out the storm. When the storm's over, you shake it off, you swim on. You know, and that's what I'm trying to drive home here is the idea of control is just ridiculous. But yet we, especially in this age, we put so much precedence on I have to do this, I have to do that. We make excuses as to why we can't do things. You know, we're in an age of instant communication, and we'll make a reason why we couldn't talk to somebody. I try to talk to my mom every day. If I could right now, I would be talking. I do talk to my kids. I don't talk to them. I call their phone every day, irregardless whether they get it or not. Eventually they will. But it's just stuff like that. And then for me to say, well, I can't talk to my kids. I might not talk to them personally, but I don't make an excuse and say that I'm not trying to talk to them every day. You know, so people out there that say, you know, hey, I was busy, you got a cell phone, man. It takes 2 seconds to text somebody and say I love you. Hey, I just wanted to check on you, see how you was doing. You know, things like that. That's what means something. That's what people. I think that's why the trust is broken now, as it used to be, because people are, you know, we make these reasons as to why we can't do something versus just doing it. You know, you don't sit and say, oh man, I'd love to have a garden like the neighbors. Well, if you want a garden like the neighbors, get up, walk over to the neighbor and go, hey, I don't know how to do this garden. I would like to have yada, yada, yada. And I guarantee your neighbor would sit and explain how they did their garden, what they did to it, and probably be more than willing to either help you with yours or sit there and talk to you about it so you can figure out how to do it. But it's just it's just things like that. You know, if we say we can't do something, the only thing that's stopping us is us. Well, I don't have control over that. I can't do that. Yes, you can. You have control over yourself. You just have to take yourself in whatever situation you're in and decide to go whichever way. You know, I can't find a job. Well, you know, we speak how we think about things, and we don't even realize it. You know, and I'm going to use that for an example. When somebody says, I can't find a job, okay, you might not be able to find a job that you specifically want to work. You know, well, I put applications in everywhere. Well, okay, I understand. But here's the thing. You know, how many of those applications did you put in? Did you go up there and at least talk to the manager and let him get to know who you were or her? You know, there's stuff that you can do on the side. Again, we live in an age of instant communication. There's sites that you can just put an ad on. You know, if you know how to sweep a floor, put on there that you'll sweep a floor for $8 an hour. Somebody will contact you, because I guarantee you got a cell phone. You see what I mean? It's backwards thinking, guys. And I'm not knocking anybody that says that they can't find a job, because yeah, sometimes it is. It's difficult to find a job, and it might take time. But I mean, if you go 6 months and say I can't find a job, no, there's jobs out there. There's jobs you don't want to do. You know, like for me, I'm 36 years old. I didn't want to go work at McDonald's. Not saying that's not a good career choice or anything like that. That's just my preference. I don't want to do that. I want to do some kind of physical labor. That's my personal preference. I'd rather do photography all the time. But the clientele and the money's not in it for me. So I'm just saying, you know, it's just a simple analogy. you put in what you get. You reap what you sow. You know, there's 100 different analogies that you can throw in right there. You know, what seeds you plant, what you reap is what you sow. What seeds you plant is what fruit you bear. You know, it's all in how you look at it. It's all in mentality. You know, strength comes from the heart. The human spirit is one of the strongest. You know, me and my dad was talking about deer season just went over, and we're thinking about, you know, all the times we went hunting. And for everybody that doesn't like hunting, I apologize. It's, you know, we don't do anything but get the meat for get us through winter and what have you. The thing about it is you know, if you think we're strong, we have when we hunt and we've shot a deer before. A deer could not have lungs or a heart and still run 100 yards. Now that blows my mind to think about that. If they have that much spirit to get away and that much adrenaline and excitement, imagine what's inside of you. Imagine how awesome and amazing you are. And that's a bad analogy because it's gonna make some people feel uneasy. But I mean, I just want you to think about that for a second. A deer can, its heart just be destroyed from being shot, and it will run another 200 yards and keep running. Now, if you think about that, if somebody shot you in your heart and you didn't have a heart no more, how far do you think you would go? Boom. You know, that's how it works in my mind. So if they're that strong and they can continue running without a heart or lungs, from that, just from sheer will to get away, imagine how strong your spirit is, and you don't even realize it. The not power, I don't know the word, but what's inside of you is amazing, and it makes you amazing. That's why we're so awesome. That's why I tell you you're awesome and amazing. There is nothing in this world that you can't get through. Struggles are meant to teach, you know. People that go through struggles are here to help other people that go through struggles, to let them know that it's going to be okay. Because we all have scars. We all have some kind of brokenness. We're all flawed. We're all dealing with something. And that's the thing. That's one of the reasons I do these, is so you know, you're not alone. I'm here for you. There's other people here for you. That's why I want to, excuse me, that's why I want to start the Pride. You know, just to help people realize the strength and the value that's within themselves, not this mentality we have now. You know, because if you put this love that I'm talking about in your heart, everything else doesn't matter. You're a duck. You can swim through a storm, and it's just going to roll off your back. You might tuck your head for a little while. Storm rolls over, you shake it off. Boom, man. Great day. And every day would be a great day. It all depends on you. What's in here comes out of here. This is the only thing that stops us, and it shouldn't. Don't be scared of anything. You know, life has a funny way of showing you what's right and wrong. There's energies in this world that tell us what's right and wrong. You know, I've talked to my daughters about, you remember the cartoons, little devil here and a little angel here, and they're, just think of it in that sense. But, what I hope is this helps you, and you know that there's somebody here for you, and you know that it doesn't matter how broken you are. It doesn't matter what you've gone through. there's a strength and a value inside of you that is above and beyond. And there's somebody out there hurting that needs you while you're hurting to help them. Don't let it fester in you and make you bitter. Let it bring out the best in you, because it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you happier. It's going to make it, because you realize and learn from those mistakes and what you do. I don't know, guys. These are the things I want to teach my children. I want them to grow up, and when they have a friend, say they have a boyfriend, my daughters, they have a boyfriend, the boyfriend breaks up with them. You have to go through heartache. You have to. We've all been there. It's not like we want it to go, but it makes you weary in the next relationship you get in. And that's the thing you got to hold on to. When you become weary of the next relationship, you have a specific of things that you want and you don't want, things you want to deal with and you don't want to deal with, things, things like that. And we're to learn from it, not make the same mistake over and over. And it's all from our mentality and our will and our value, how we value ourselves. Anyway, that's why I want to teach my kids. I want to teach them to value themselves to where they're important and they make good decisions and realize that, life is about learning. It's not about just getting what you want. All of that's great. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. That's just the way it is. But, yeah, so to everybody out there, thank you for watching, man. And know that there's somebody here, and I understand where you're coming from. Whatever it is you're going through, there's nothing I can't talk about. I'm easy going. I'm just an easygoing cat. So if you're having an issue, know I'm flawed too. I've been through quite a bit, and here you go. I'm a phoenix rising from my ashes. Just like everybody else. I get burned, come back as a new something. That's what it's like when you're reborn in Christ. You dedicate your life, and it's just this overpowerment. You rise from those ashes, and that's a great analogy to think of. Nothing can take you down because you're going to get back up. So however you want to look at it, either somebody knocks you down and you get back up and take another one, and then you go like this, tell them to give you some more, or you're a phoenix and you're rising from the ashes and you become something different, a different bird, there's something different about you, or you're born through Christ, and you follow His ways, and now you're different than you were before. You're not the same, but we go through those struggles and we go through those things because we're not the same afterwards. So just a reminder, guys, you're stronger than you think you are. You are awesome and amazing. I don't know how else to tell you, If any of you want to get a hold of me, it's 79nightfall@gmail. Rick McFadden Photography on Facebook. Rick McFadden on Facebook. My phone number is 615-767-4141. Yeah, that's all my contact information. So, if you're having a hard day or you just need somebody to chat with, or you want to, I don't know, send me a funny joke. I don't care. Whatever makes you enjoy life, do it. Go out here and spread that message, because it's a virus, man. It's a good virus. Love one another. One love. Anyway, to my kids, Kaylee, Erica, Riley, Vaughn, I love you with all my heart. Don't worry, guys. I will be seeing you soon. This is starting to come to a close, and for everybody that's prayed for me and sent their positive vibes and whatever you've done for me, thank you. For those of you that have listened to me, thank you. Girls, Vaughn, you're my heart, and I will see you soon. I'm going to talk to your phone every day, even if So when you get that phone, you're going to have a lot of messages. Anyway, Daddy loves you guys. Everybody else out there, I love you with all my heart. If you ever need me, I'm here. Don't fear life. You know, if you're going to fear anything, fear God, because He can take and give life. If you don't believe in God, don't fear anything. Just fear death and what you're going to do on this earth before you pass. You know, how do you want to be remembered? I want to be remembered as loving everybody that I met, irregardless what happens. Anyway, have a great day. You guys are fantastic. You're amazing. I pray and I hope that today is your day, and when you look in that mirror, you see that person smiling back at you and realize the value and strength that is within you and how awesome and amazing you are. So, y'all have a great day. I think I got a little surprise next time I got to do a video. So, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk at you later. Bye.